There's so many great reasons to grow spireas since they offer such a wide range of different sizes, shapes, various leaf and flower colors, as well as being adaptable and able to thrive in a wide range of soil conditions. In our first spirea, we're going to look at coming down this path. There's a variety with a nice golden yellow leaf color. We're next to fire gold spirea, and I'm not going to get blooms on it this year. It does take a full year for the flower buds to develop, and this one usually every winter the rabbits come in and they ruin the form. They'll chew down one side pretty dramatically, so I'll typically just start it over to an 18-inch, maybe 2-foot level, and it won't be long before spring breaks and we get this nice fresh growth that you see here. The fire gold can get some size to it up in that 5 to 7 foot range, and the leaf color, it starts out a softer yellow, changing to a darker lemon color, and eventually it kind of fades to a lime color. Since this is a Van Hoot species, it has the same shape and look as the bridal wreath spirea, an old-fashioned variety that are really common in older housing developments. Luckily, there are years that the rabbits leave our fire gold alone, and we can enjoy the nice white flowers on these cascading branches. But I'm happy just having the golden yellow foliage just nice and fresh on that new growth. So we'll take that. And right behind our fire gold, I'm not sure what variety this is. This actually came up on its own. It was just, only about an inch tall when I first spotted it. And I decided to leave it. What I'm liking about it, not only are we getting that nice rosy pink color on some of the spireas we'll look at today, it's kind of a combination with the leaves. I've got the golden yellow and a darker green, and they kind of transition and fading and changing. So yeah, some of the spirea shrubs can self-seed, but I've never found them to be invasive. I actually find it to be a nice little bonus when they show up in areas like this. Before we move on to a few smaller spirea varieties like this one, let's quick swing around here and look at one more spirea in that bridal wreath group. This is Renaissance spirea. It'll stay a little more compact than the straight Van Hoot species, but it can still get up to around that 5-foot mark. It's also got better disease resistance than the straight species. So rather than having a golden leaf like the fire gold we just looked at, the Renaissance has a green leaf with some bluish hints. I couldn't believe I didn't have a photo of this one in flower, but here's a close-up of what the clusters look like on the bridal wreath group. The Renaissance then should stay in that 4 to 5 foot range, maybe even a little bit smaller if you've got it in a dry location. And that's the great thing about spireas. They are extremely tolerant of some different soil conditions. They're one of the hardier shrubs as a whole, a group that'll take some of the colder winters. I like how it fits in this area. We've got a regal prince oak next to it there on the ground. We've got the motherlode juniper, a sedum. And okay, let's swing around here. The next one, you're going to see it up just to the left of that yellow blooming perennial. That's Golden Alexander loosestrife, one of the Lismachia varieties. But I'm going to stay on topic here, and we're going to be looking at the shrub with the pink blooms next to it. It's in the Japonica species, and this is a group of spireas that blooms on new wood, or that same season's growth. The double plague gold spirea. This holds its shape nicely. You can rejuvenate or start this plant over. It does respond nicely to that. Normally though, what I do every spring when I'm cleaning up perennials, going around the yard, I'll just take off 6 to 8 inches on these. But eventually, after about 5 to 7 years, they do start building up some of the dead canes in there. So then I'll just completely start them over. So that's kind of the history on this spirea here, but a great one if you're looking for those bright pink blooms. And this is a favorite for the bumblebees. None here right now. But there's some days I come out here, the bumblebees are really active on this spirea. The Double Play is a series from the Proven Winners brand, and they've got several interesting selections available with flower colors ranging from pink to red to purple, and also leaf colors in the green, gold, and even bluish leaves. So yeah, check out the Proven Winners website. I was surprised just how many varieties in this series there are now. And a closer look at the flowers after they've finished up, I actually find that kind of showy as well. If you want to get some repeat blooms in the fall, you can shear your spireas after the blooms have finished. That pruning is going to stimulate new growth and another round of flowers all the way into September and October. Okay, let's swing around. I'm going to show you one more double play gold that I did rejuvenate that one. The one we just looked at, that one I only took off that 6 or so inches. Uh-oh, we've got a Grollo sumac here. I'm gonna have to get in there, start pruning some of that back or it's gonna choke it out. But this one had about, oh gosh, I'm gonna say it was like 90% dead stem, so completely started it over, just took it all the way back to the ground. And it's coming back nicely, but that's why it's about half the size. And it's not helping that we're getting, boy, that Grollo sumac, a vigorous one, not helping that we're getting that starting to take over and cut out some of the sun that that plant needs. Okay, let's put it in high gear and head over to the west side of Garden Height Gardens and show you another white flowering spirea that stays in a mound or globe shape rather than an arching or vase-like habit that we saw on the bridal wreaths. This is Tor birchleaf spirea, and rather than having kind of that upward draping bridal wreath habit, this one tends to just hold a nice globo shape, typically levels out around the 3 foot. I'm thinking you could maybe get 4 feet out of this, but a nice white flowering spirea if that's what you're after. Here's a look at the Tor when it's flowering, but I think the fall color is what I actually enjoy the most on this spirea. Look at that orangish red color, just outstanding. There's also a pink Tor birchleaf spirea available now. I haven't planted that one yet. I think I wouldn't mind getting that started though. In some of the new beds that I've created, I've got some room for it now. Fritiana spireas have a little bit larger leaf, and varieties can be found with white or pink flowers. These have already finished up, and they also have good fall colors like you see starting here. The gold flame spirea has been around a while, and it's got bronze tinged new leaf growth in the spring that matures to a soft yellow green and has a coppery orange fall color. Little Princess, another compact green leaf variety with rose pink blooms, planted here as a small hedge. It'll stay around 3 feet tall, but you can get much wider, up to 6 feet. The Superstar spirea is a first editions release. It's got a scarlet red new growth, fading to this green, followed by a deep pink blossom in June and July. This spirea also gets a nice, excellent bronze fall color. So the spireas then, yeah, a lot of great varieties to pick from, and I feel like I've just scratched the surface on what's available. And I didn't say much about it, but along with vibrant leaf and flower colors, this shrub genus is one of the best for difficult growing locations, tolerating a wide range of soils and dry conditions. Spireas prefer full sun for best flowering, but I have seen many varieties do surprisingly well in part shade environments. And last but not least, a variety that's been around a while now, the gold mound spirea. The gold mound spirea then is another one that will bloom profusely on that new growth. And my general maintenance routine on this is in the spring again when I'm cutting back perennials, late March, typically all the way through the month of April. I'll just give this a light shearing and we'll take off about 6 to 8 inches just to reform it, and then that new growth will come bursting out. But you can rejuvenate the spireas. I had to do it on this one. I think it was about 2, maybe 3 years ago. It was just 70% of the canes in there were now dead. And so I just completely cut that back to the ground, and boy, look at that. It's just something to look at. So the gold mound spirea, yeah, just that old-fashioned favorite that's been around a long time. I bet you can still find this at most garden centers. That's all I've got for now on spireas. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again next video.